The diagram shows, we're doing question number 5 of trigonometry worksheet. The diagram shows the graph of a sine bx plus c for 0 to 2 pi. Find the values of a, b, and c. Okay, let me just highlight this.
मुझे एक सवाल है।
जी पूछो।
वैसे ये इन्होंने 2 पाई लिखा हुआ है, हम लोग कैलकुलेटर को रेडियंस में रखेंगे या डिग्री में?
आप बताओ।
वैसे रेडियंस।
हाँ, 2 pi. वैसे मुझे नहीं लगता इसकी जरूरत है in this question because we don't have to solve an equation. मेरा नहीं ख्याल, but अगर होगी तो definitely we'll set our calculator to radians. Okay, find the values of a, b, and c. So up this graph is a graph of a function which is a sine bx plus c. Okay. Original sine graph looks like this. If it's just sine x, right? It looks like this. We've already discussed it, 0 to 2 pi. But this one has more cycles. How many cycles does this graph have? Between 0 to 2. Half cycle है. Half cycle तो ये होती है. इस ग्राफ में आपको खाली ये पार्ट नजर आ रहा है. Half cycle would mean this. A full cycle is this. And this is another cycle.
मुझे 2 cycles हैं.
2 cycles. And so this b is 2. Because it's sine 2x. Because in sine 2x, there are 2 cycles. So b is 2. That I know. Okay. Next, I know that for sine x, what's this value here and what's this value here? It's 1 and minus 1. So this value or this height here is 1. And this height here is minus 1 or 1 in magnitude. If we're only talking about magnitude, then this is 1. Now, what's this height here? Or what's this height here?
6.
6. So that's actually the graph for 6 sine x. So this here would be 6. Because the amplitude or the magnitude of the graph is 6. So A is 6. And lastly, the basic sine graph has this as central value, 0. But what's our central line in the above graph?
Is 3.
3. So this graph has gone 3 units up. So C is plus 3. So C is 3. Okay, so always compare it with the most basic graph. All right, compare the amplitudes. One had 1 and the other one had 6. So A is 6. Then compare the number of cycles being completed between 0 to 2 pi. For the original one, it's 1 cycle. So that's why it's just sine 1x, which is sine x. But the actual one has 2 cycles being completed. So it should be sine 2x. Hence, B is 2. And then look at the central line. For the actual graph, the central line is at 0, but here the central line is at 3. So the graph has gone 3 units up. So plus 3, so C is 3. Okay. Find the smallest value of x in the interval 0 to 2 pi for which y is equals to 0. Find the smallest value of x in the interval 0 to 2 pi for which y is equals to 0. हमारा ग्राफ y is equals to 0 कहाँ है? इधर है. यहाँ पे y is 0, here y is 0, here y is 0, and here y is 0. So for the given graph, there are 4 points where y is 0, but they're only asking for the smallest possible one. That means they're asking for this value of x, where y is 0. So let's start solving the given equation. The equation is y equals 6 sine 2x plus 3, where x is between 0 to 2 pi. Okay. Y has to be replaced with 0 because you're told that y is equals to 0. So I'm going to replace this with 0. Okay. Now the other problem is that here the input value is 2x, or the input argument, and here it's x. We have to fix that, and we do that using substitution. Let 2x equals y. So this, no, y nahi lenge, we already have a y. Let's say u. So we have 0 is equals to 6 sine u plus 3. Now change this into u. So x is u upon 2. So we have 0 less than equals to u upon 2 less than equals to 2 pi. So we have 0 less than equals to u less than equals to 4 pi. Okay. So now we're ready to solve it. Make sine u the subject. That's going to be 3 goes to the other side, becomes minus 3. 6 goes to the other side, becomes divided by 6. So minus 3 by 6, which is minus half. We're going to find alpha now. Alpha is the absolute angle. Sine alpha equals half. So alpha is sine inverse half. Where in radians, sine inverse half is pi by 6. Sine was negative. So sine is negative in the third and fourth quadrant. This is pi by 6. And this is pi by 6. Now the given domain is between 0 to 4 pi. The domain is between 0 to 4 pi. So how many solutions do we have between 0 to 4 pi? This is one of the solution. That would be u equals pi plus pi by 6. What is that? 7 pi by 6. Then it's going to be u equals, the other one is 2 pi minus pi by 6. 11 pi by 6. And then, do we have any more solutions in the given domain? Let's check this one. Let's give it a complete round trip. This would be from here to here, it's 2 pi. And then go from here to here again. So let's see if it is less than 4 pi. So it's going to be u equals, it is 2 pi, one complete circle, then another pi, 180, and then pi by 6. So we have 2 pi plus pi by 6, which is 3 by 6. Yes, it is 3.1666 pi. So it is less than 4 pi, 19 by 6 pi. I think these would be the 3 solutions of u in the given domain. Let me confirm. This is question 5. Okay, but we have to find the smallest possible value. So what's the smallest possible u? It's 7 pi by 6. There wasn't a need to find the rest. Smallest find karna tha na. So the smallest u is this. I just wasted time on this. This is the smallest u. From here, let's find the smallest x. X is u upon 2. So x would be 7 pi by 6 upon 2, which will be 7 pi by 12, which is the correct answer. So that's the x value here. कोई question है तो please पूछो.
No, miss.
Okay, question 6. Function fx equals to 4 minus 3 sin x is defined for the domain 0 to 2 pi. Find the equation fx is equals to 2. Solve the equation, not find the equation. So part 1 is solve 4 minus 3 sin x equals to 2 for the domain 0 to 2 pi. Okay, so this is going to be 2 equals 3 sin x, which will be 2 by 3 sin x. Alpha will be sine inverse 2 upon 3. Which is alpha equals 0.7297, which is 0.730. In 3 significant figures, sine is positive in the first quadrant, in the second quadrant. So this is 0.730 and this is 0.730. Our two answers between 0 to 2 pi are this and this. So the one value of x is 0.730 and the other value of x is
1.27.
How did you get that?
Miss, basically हमने 2 pi से minus करना है. Sorry,
2
pi से.
pi से 180 से
जी,
minus.
so 0.27.
नहीं, दोबारा करो. Pi minus 0.73. Pi minus, I think मैंने कुछ गलत किया. Pi minus 0.7 is, नहीं मैंने सही किया था. I'm getting 2.4. Oh, the board is stuck. Just give me a minute. I'm getting 2.41.
जी मिस, मुझे मेरा भी यही आ रहा है. मैं पहले मेंटली कर रहा था, मैंने कैलकुलेट से.
ठीक है. I'm going to turn off the camera because I'm getting internet connection is unstable. Okay, so 2.41. Let me check the answer. Yes. These are the two answers for the first part. Okay, part 2. Sketch the graph for fx. So we have to sketch 4 minus 3 sin x. I'll start by drawing a regular sin x graph. This is a simple sin x. But that's 3 sin x. So what will be 3 sin x? It's going to be taller. And this would be 3. Here it was 1 and minus 1. It's going to be 3 and minus 3. This is 2 pi. But then that's not 3 sin x. It's actually minus 3 sin x. So now what I'll do, I'll reflect that graph on the x-axis. So it becomes like this. But That's all. There's also a plus 4 with the expression. So we have to take this graph 4 units up. So instead of starting at 0, it's going to start at 4. I'm going to make a dotted line here. So 4 पे start होगा. Then it's going to be an upside down graph whose magnitude is 3. So this goes 3 units down and then 3 units up. So it goes till 1, 3 units down, 3 units below 4, 3 units above 4, it goes till 7. There should be a 2 pi here. And there should be pi here on the 0. And then there should be a pi by 2 here. And then there should be a 3 pi by 2 here. कोई क्वेश्चन है, कुछ कोई चीज ना समझ आई हो? ओके, आगे चलें. Find the set of values of k for which fx is equals to k has no solution. Fx equals k. K is a constant. What kind of a line is fx equals to a constant? Like, what kind of line is fx equals to 2 or fx equals 3? It's actually y equals to 2 and y equals to 3. And y equals to 2 is a horizontal line like this. Y equals to 3 would be a horizontal line like this. So it says that what should be the value of k so that there is no solution. If you draw a horizontal line like this, you get 2 solutions. If you draw a horizontal line like this, you again get 2 solutions. If you draw a horizontal line at 7, you get 1 solution. So then what should be the value of k, that is the horizontal line, so that there is no solution? What if we draw a horizontal line anywhere above 7? Then there is no solution. And what if you draw a horizontal line anywhere below 1? Even then there's no point of intersection, no solution. So the answer would be that when k is bigger than 7 or when k is less than 1, then there's no solution. So this would be the answer. Either make k or draw k, which is greater than 7 or less than. The function gx equals 4 minus 3 sin x is defined for the domain pi by 2 to a. We've already plotted this graph. We already have plotted the function. It's saying that the domain is starting from pi by 2 and it's going till a. So if it's starting from pi by 2, that means this is the part of the graph. यहाँ से graph start हो रहा है. And it's going till a. But I don't know a क्या है. Let's read more about a. State the largest value of a for which g has an inverse. So if g has an inverse, then how far can a go? If g has an inverse, then a can go till here. Can't go beyond it because remember, you can find inverse of a function if it passes the horizontal line test. So this kind of a curve does pass a horizontal line test. You plot a horizontal line anywhere on this curve, it cuts it at 2 points. But if you go even slightly beyond this value of a, then it will cut the graph at 2 points and it won't be a one-to-one function anymore. So if we want a horizontal line to cut the red part of the curve at only 1 point, then you stop here. And where do you stop? At 3 pi by 2. So the maximum value that a can take so that this is a one-to-one function is 3 pi by 2. A is 3 pi by 2. For this value of A, find G inverse of 3. G inverse of 3 equals X. You have to find the value of X. You're finding G inverse of 3. I'm going to send G inverse to the other side so that it becomes Gx equals to 3. And what is Gx? 4 minus 3 sine X, where X is between pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2. Now we solve this. Three sine X equals 1. Sine X equals 1 by 3. Alpha equals sine inverse 1 by 3.
मिस ये
Hmm.
g of x की जगह 4 minus 3 sin x कैसे आ गया?
क्वेश्चन में है कि gx is this. ये देखो यहाँ लिखा हुआ.
ओके
ठीक है, तो अल्फा ये आ गया. नाउ प्लॉट दिस अल्फा. Sine is positive. It's going to be positive in the first quadrant. 0.339. I'm going to round it off to 3 significant figures, so it's going to be 0.340. Or in the second quadrant. Okay. But what is the domain? Domain is this. Pi by 2 hota hai 90. The angle should be greater than 90. And 3 pi by 2 is 270 degrees. So your answer should lie here. After 90 degree and before 370 degrees. So we only have one solution in the domain. This is not in the domain. So this will be our only solution, which would be pi minus 0.340. .80. Let me check the answer. Yes, it's correct. Okay. कोई क्वेश्चन है?
No, miss.
So I'm going to end the class here, but I'm going to leave you guys with some homework. कर लेना, वरना honestly पता भी नहीं चलेगा, syllabus खत्म हो जाएगा, लेकिन कुछ आता नहीं होगा, कुछ सीखा नहीं होगा. 7, 8, 9, 10 homework में try करके लाने का. Right. See you tomorrow. Allah
ओके
Hafiz.
मिस